Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 27. And I woke up to a phone call from the kids' school that the start of the school day was going to be delayed because of icy conditions outside. And of course, 45 minutes later, I'm in those conditions. So it's 32 degrees outside. When I went outside, the car was completely iced over. There was freezing rain last night. The car was completely ice, the whole car. So it took me a minute to clean it off enough to be able to get on the road safely. But right now I am sitting in traffic getting ready to get on the highway, and we're going to take it easy today. Although we're in a big rush, we're not going to get into an accident. We're just going to, do the right thing here. And we're going to get to our casinos, we're going to make our money, and then we're going to head back to town for our meeting that we have tonight. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am getting close to my first stop. I'm about 5 minutes away right now. And it's been an interesting drive. There's been a lot of accidents, a lot of semi-trucks, accidents, a lot of other accidents. And the temperature is just hanging around 30 right now. So it's still pretty dangerous. The ground is wet. So there's like a thin layer of ice. I am seeing trucks putting salt out. But there's still patches that you can see are frozen. So just taking my time. Actually made pretty decent time considering the situation to get out here. So hopefully we make some money in this first stop, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. I've got some news. Good news, bad news, news. I got one good, one bad, one neutral, I think. So the roads are not good. So actually maybe I have more bad than good. So the roads have been pretty bad. Per the school, we will be operating on a delay for today due to icy conditions and dangerous road conditions. So what do I decide to do? I decide to take a 400 and something mile trip today. So that's one thing. Number two, I went into this casino looking for a play. I found one play, played it through, ended up ahead $100, which is fine. Everything is good there. On my way out, I get in the car, start the car, getting ready to leave the casino, and I get a message from my manager saying we have a list of other conditions that the auditors are asking for. If you can have those to us by today or at the latest tomorrow when we go on our team building activity. Wait a minute. I seem to remember that there was something about a team building something, and now I'm remembering that yes, we have some kind of activity tomorrow. We're going to be going somewhere, doing laser tag or some dumb thing, and getting free pizza or Mexican or something. And that's supposed to make me feel real good and happy about being on this team. No, that doesn't make me feel good about being on this team. It makes me feel like I'm losing $800 by being on this team. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here. I definitely, normally, if that were to happen, I would say, okay, well, that's fine. I'm just gonna stay out overnight tonight and make money for 2 days. The problem is I have to be home early for a meeting today. So then it becomes, I have to wait until the meeting is over, then leave work for the day and be out all night Friday night, which I would hate to do because that's not a fun day to be out. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do at this point, but we'll get things figured out. I will get everything sent over today, tonight, whenever, so that all should be fine. So Yeah, that's my update right now. Temperature's at 32, so it's not terrible. Uh-oh. As soon as I say that, cars at a complete stop up here. I was going to say, it means that with traffic going over the roads, they probably warm the roads up enough that there's not going to be any accidents. And as soon as I thought that, the road is at a solid stop up here. Let's see how far I can go before having it duck in here. Oh no. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I have to get on these maps and see what it tells me to do at this point. I'll be back. Alright guys, everything is okay now. Got off the highway, got around a lot of the traffic, and then got back on the highway. And it looks like the highway splits into two different roads, and one of those exits is closed because of a 5-car or more accident. And I saw at least 2, maybe more, cars with their entire wheel missing off the car. So it was pretty bad. It was a turn, and it was icy, and a bunch of cars were all bunched up against one wall, and then one car against the other wall. So just gonna continue to be safe here and do all the right things, but we're back on track. Right now I'm actually on a pretty good pace still as I get out of this fast lane on this turn, and we should be good. So we're gonna head, I'm gonna change things a little bit here. I'm gonna go to my third casino next, and then go to the second casino, because I know there's not going to be any blackjack this early. So I'll hit the third one where I know there's a few slots possible, and then go back to the second one and look at slots, and then play some blackjack, and then reassess the time and figure out how much time we have before we have to start heading back toward home. I'm going to build in an extra half hour as well for traffic and accidents and things. Unless the darn temperature would go up. It's sitting exactly at 32. If it would go to 35 or 36, then I know that thin layer of ice will be gone, but I can't depend on that at this point. So that's where we are right now. That's what's happening, and I'll be back to update you as the misty rain, freezing rain continues to fall. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Just leaving this place, and by the time I get to the place I normally would have gone to second, the blackjack will just be opening. This place had an okay game, low limit, low minimums, low maximums, so decent rules though. I played that for a little while, and ended the session ahead, $150, and then sorry, reading stuff at the same time here. Regarding the issue we had yesterday, do you have any updates? Uh-oh, that's not good. So anyway, ended up 150 ahead on the blackjack. Also played one slot when I came in. It was a low limit slot, and got kind of lucky on the payout. I put $20 in the machine, and I had about $8 or $9 left when it finally hit, and I ended up walking away from the machine ahead $241. So plus 241 on the slots, plus 150 on some blackjack, and I'll come back and let you know what happens next. I'll be back. Oh man, guys, I can't believe I just talked for like 10 minutes, and it only recorded like the first 58 seconds or something. I'll have to double check it and make sure I take that out, because I don't want it to be the same information twice. But I was on a roll explaining everything, and too bad. Anyway, start again. What I was saying was, I'm glad to finally get out of the city, because it's been nothing but pain today. It's just been a long day already. I go into this casino and look for slots first. Don't find anything. Go look for blackjack. I'm looking. They're all still closed. It's now 45 minutes after they were supposed to open, they're all still closed. So I decided to go to the high limit area, which I've been trying to stay away from because I've had some bad variants lately. And of course, the one thing I could say about today is the one thing that I hate the most, which is what they like to say on Blackjack Apprenticeship and all these other people like to say on YouTube when they lose, and that is, well, at least you earned EV. Oh, really? At least I earned EV. Aren't I lucky that I earned EV? I went to the grocery store and paid for my groceries with EV. No, nobody says that, and nobody believes that. Nobody is happy that they earned EV. Believe me, if you say, at least I earned EV, that means you lost and you're not happy. All right? That's just the way it is. I'm sorry, but it sucks to earn EV. I want to earn AV. So, I go sit down at this table. It's a $100 table, and I'm spreading 100 to 1,000. First shoe, I sit down. Man, I can't believe I got to repeat this whole thing. First shoe, I sit down. I buy in for 500. I cut the shoe, and a guy sits down next to me right away. So of course, my analytical mind wants to know what would have happened if he didn't sit down. Of course, I won the hand. I would have won the hand. Instead, except for him winning the first hand, we lose the first 8 hands of the shoe. Next shoe, except for a couple of pushes, we'll both lose the first 11 hands of the shoe. So you can probably agree that most likely I wasn't doing well in those first couple shoes when things were that bad and you're giving 8 or 10 units away right away. So go back here in my mind here. After the first couple shoes, the third or fourth shoe, we had like a running minus 11, and it was still like pretty early on. We had like a minus 2, 2.5 true count. So I decided to get up and move to the other table. At this point, I had bought in for a total of 3,000, and I had 1,500 in front of me. I go to the other table. First shoe, I think I ended with like 1,700. Second shoe, I've got like 2,700. So I'm almost back to even. I'm feeling better about it. Looks like this table is going to be better. And then I get pummeled on my third shoe. And by the time that shoe ends, I had bought in for a total of 4,900. And you might say, MW, why would you buy in for a total of 4,900? And I have a good reason for that. The reason is, and they know that I know, and they don't care, because I've said in the past, and I don't really say it anymore, but I used to say it, at 5,000, I know that they have to call upstairs. So I used to say, well, let's just buy in for 900 to save you a phone call. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Oh, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you care. I know you care, because now you got to do more paperwork. So anyway, I'm in for 4,900. I had $100 in front of me before that next hand, and I had a very high true count. And they had cut it very thin, like less than 3/4 of a deck. So I'm putting my $1,000 bet out. So I buy in for 900. I put the $1,000 out there. I get a blackjack. Dealer gets a 20. Count goes down. I put out 500 on the next shoe, on the next hand, and I get a 20. Dealer gets a 20. I drop it down to 200. On the next hand, I get a 20. Dealer gets an ace 9, and the shoe ends. So at the end of that shoe, I had bought in for 49, and now I've got 24. Next shoe was pretty flat at the beginning of the shoe, and as it progressed, the count started going higher and higher, and I was losing steadily, but not like quickly, but I was down like 600 or 700 that shoe at that point, and I started raising my bets, and it got up to about a positive 2.5 or positive 3 count. And so I'm betting my bigger bets, and I'm hitting. And then I had a couple pushes, and then the shoe ended. And at that point, I was up to 4,700. Now, the next shoe comes around, and I don't remember all the details, but overall the shoe was negative. The dealer had about 10 aces, and I actually took insurance 4 times, and he actually had it 3 of the 4 times, so it was not good. And I ended that shoe around 22 or 2,300. And then next shoe comes along, and things are better. The count's going up steadily, and this pit boss comes to the table that is a nice guy, and he is one that I have a special connection with because something weird happened one time. A dealer was sick. This guy had to deal a few hands, and I won every hand. And then the dealer came back, and I always tell people, this is the only dealer that I've ever had that I've won every hand. And so we always laugh about that. And he always gives me a hard time when I'm winning like 3 or 4 hands and I'm not raising my bet. And it's like a running joke about how I'm too chicken to raise my bets. So it was good timing when he came, when the count started going up. And so I'm like, look, I raised my bet. See, I told you, I raise my bet sometimes. Sometimes I have a bad feeling. And continued on, and I finished that shoe, the end of that shoe, I was ahead $200. So I was up to 5,100, and I colored up, and I took off, and I was out of time. I was at that table for like an hour and 15 or an hour and 20 minutes, and I had built in a half hour for traffic and a half hour or 40 minutes to play my next spot. So worst case, I could have stayed another shoe probably, but I just wanted to make sure that timing wise I still made my meeting that I had to go to. So I cashed out 2,500 in the high limit cashier, and I cashed out 2,000 in the low limit and 600 in the poker room, and I ended up leaving with that. I looked at slots on the way out, still nothing there, and our new friends are in this area now, so no area is safe right now. So I don't know what the solution is going to be for this. I don't think there is a solution because these people are well funded, and once the cat is out of the bag, unless we have so much traffic that they can't make enough money, I don't see how it's going to work out anymore. At a lot of these casinos, you're just not going to be able to play slots, and I don't even do my thorough, in-depth look anymore like I used to. I check out some machines that they don't like, and that's really about all I can do. Anyway, I did grab a bite to eat while I was in there. I was going to go to the restaurant and order, but it takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and so I decided just to go to the deli area where they have like ready-made sandwiches, and I got a turkey sandwich, which I'm not a big fan of turkey, unless it's like warm Thanksgiving turkey type thing, you know. But and I ate that with it had a slice of cheese. I used the cheese for the bottom of the sandwich and the lettuce for the top of it. And I asked the lady, I said, do you have any horseradish? Because turkey to me has like a plain taste, and also I don't like the little aftertaste when it's cold. So I was going to put horseradish on there, and she was like, gave me the little stinky eye. How could you like that type of look, you know? I said, okay, well, do you have any mustard? And I got some yellow mustard and ate it with that. So yeah, at least that. So at this point, I am leaving town. I have fuel, but I will have to fill up. I think I can make it to my next stop without filling up, and then we'll have to get some gas and continue on from there. So right now we're moving on to the next casino. Temperature is 34 degrees. Keep it in that nice range here where you never really know what's going on. I think the roads are going to be fine right now. I don't see that they're going to be icy anymore, but you know, I'll still be cautious. And this is a state that I'm in right now where people are flying nonstop. They go so fast down the roads here. So even if I'm doing 80, I'm like in the middle or one of the slow lanes. So anyway, we're moving on, and I'll be back to update you soon. Well, that was just awful. I played one machine, and I was up slightly. I don't even remember how much, very little. And I go find this other, oh no, first machine I played, this lady gave me because she was leaving, and I was checking it, and she's like, well, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, that's really good. So I go play that and immediately lose like 50 on that one, on a really, really good play. And then I go to another one close to it, different machine, and play that one at $3 a spin and lose over $600 on that one. That was just ridiculous. So then I just traveled around aimlessly looking at stuff, and finally got to a point where I was just like digging into every little detail of every machine, trying to find something that was playable. And I was looking at, I was putting my teams on so, you know, I can still show up as being active. And I noticed I had a meeting, which I had forgotten about. So ran back to the car, just got in the car here, bringing up all my stuff, and losing pretty badly in there. But unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to go back in there and try to win it back. I don't know what is going on with my internet here. It doesn't seem to be working right either. Pretty pathetic. Even these really easy plays that were normally just a couple of spins, they were going horribly. Let me just test my internet, make sure that's working. Internet doesn't appear to be working on this. This is like the worst case scenario. I'm about to start a meeting. My internet's not working. Let me kill my hotspot and start it up again. See if that works. But I was down as much as 1,200 at one point, and it looks like I left down 699 at this point, which basically wipes out my whole day. But let me see here. If I can just get online. All right, let me figure this thing out, and I'll come back and we'll have a reasonable chat here. I'll be back. All right, now I got to figure out what to do. One person didn't show up to the meeting. The other one wanted to cancel it until he can get a hold of her. And I'm about 2 miles away from the casino. If I go straight to the meeting, I'm going to have like 40 minutes to spare. Do I go back to the casino? I think I'm going to. And there's no way they're going to reschedule this meeting. I can't see it. So I'm going to go back to the casino again. Hope I don't get tied up in traffic because it is pretty slippery here. Temperature's high enough, but it's still pretty slippery, and I still need to get gas. So we'll see here. Maybe I can get back 50 or 100. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. Shouldn't have gone back. Went back there again. Couldn't find anything. Wasted a lot of time. Ended up getting a few drinks with my free money for the week. And right now I'm heading to my meeting. I did stop and get fuel. And right now it looks like I'm going to be about 9 minutes early for the meeting. So we're looking good. The odds of there being any bad accidents or anything are pretty small right now. Temperature's still hanging around 34, but the roads are dry, so I'm feeling good about that. So not too worried about that. We can, I gotta tell you though, today I did not have good feelings about the day at all. It was just a really not a very fun day, not a very good day. So, but you're gonna have those days sometimes. So, and it's funny because I came this direction because I wanted more action and I wanted more opportunity to make money, and it didn't turn out well. But let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I ate a turkey sandwich with no bread. Just had the cheese and the whatever lettuce on there. Whatever else was on there. And I put some yellow mustard on there. I'd rate that about a 7 on a scale of 2 through ace. And what did you tip today, MW? And the answer is I tipped 0. And it's interesting too, because there was one machine that I played that I had $33 in the machine. I pushed cash out, and it took them, I was right beside where the slot attendants stand and get the money and all that. And they were standing right there, and they told me they'd get to me in a second. And it took them 10 minutes to get to me and another 10 minutes to pay me out the $33, because it said hand pay required, so I don't know what the problem was with the machine, but that was pretty frustrating as well. So, yeah, overall, not a great day. Tomorrow will be better. The week has been good so far. We'll build on it tomorrow, and we'll see what happens with all that. For now, I'm going to continue on my trip, get there about 9 minutes early, and then I'll be back with you tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.